Today we're going to talk about the importance of nutrition. Could anybody tell me why do they think that nutrition is important to them?
It helps fuel our bodies to be able to do the workouts. So
All
it's
right.
important to be fueled up with
I'll,
the right stuff, I'll say.
good. Yep, that is important with the right stuff. Let's just put emphasis on the right nutrition. So thank you, Ariel. Thank you on that. All right, let's get started. So nutrition fundamentals. Let's just talk about your macronutrients. Your macronutrients, of course, are your proteins, carbohydrates, and your fats. Proteins are the building blocks for new tissue. Tissue is used to help heal, repair, and rebuild. So while we're working out and we're stressing the body while we're working out, that muscle is being broken down. So that's why after every session, I'm always putting emphasis on your proteins, making sure you get your body weight or goal body weight in protein to be able to help your body repair, to bring on new tissue, and to heal the old tissue that you have. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are a fuel source to provide the body with energy, and of course, all your macronutrients will provide the body with energy, but the carbohydrates and your fats are the main source that your body is going to use to be able to help you provide you with that quick energy. Your fats are a primary fuel source for the body and has many other uses for bodily functions. And with that being said, I say that the fats are a primary fuel source and not carbohydrates. Why? Because of fats have so many uses, and your body will literally not function without fats. You can thrive off not having carbohydrates, but you cannot thrive nor survive off not having any fats. So fats is a big source in which you want to be able to keep into your body for its benefits. Proteins. For the first bullet point, to help build, so it's going to help you build stronger bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, hair, and nails. So everything that the body needs to be able to repair, rebuild is going to help with that. When it comes down to repairing tissues is the muscles that's on your body, the fat that's on your body, all those type of things proteins will help with. Oxygenate. As you can see, oxygen is the key word in that. So with the red blood cells, as you hear me coaching, I might say, make sure you're breathing to make sure that you're getting the oxygen to the blood to the muscle. This is literally what I'm talking about when it comes to being able to get those red blood cells, and those contain proteins, which are the compounds that carry oxygen through the body, which supplies our body with nutrients. So that's the foods that we eat. And with us having the oxygen in our body, that oxygen is being carried through the proteins to be able to help fuel our bodies and give our blood system the nutrients that it needs. Digestion. When it comes down to digestion, protein we consume goes into making those enzymes. So as the first part of breaking down that food that we eat is definitely through the mouth, the tongue, chewing. That is your first source of breaking that food down in order for our body to use it. And then the enzymes that's in our body will help break it down to be able to help make new cells, but get those nutrients to the blood and everything for it to regulate. And we're getting down to regulation. Proteins will help regulate your hormones to help transform them as the body continues to grow and improve. So your proteins will help those hormones, as we will hit on hormones as well when we get to fats. So protein is your key. So making sure that if you're 200 pounds, you're getting 200 grams of protein. I would say right around 180 to 200 grams of protein. Let's say, especially if you're a male. Now, let's say you're a female. Most of the times, females really can't eat that much protein like a male could. So what I would suggest is For you guys, I would range probably right about 150 to 180 or something like that. Let's just say that you are 200 pounds, and your goal is to lose some body fat. We're not just trying to lose weight, we're trying to lose body fat. And with that being said, we're losing body fat. You got to make sure that your proteins are at a specific point. So we're continuing to keep either growing muscle or keep what muscle we have on, because that's going to help you uh, shed some of that body fat and make it a little bit easier. And you're going to feel a lot stronger while you're doing it. Fats. Fats help give your body energy, protects your organs, supports cell growth, keeps cholesterol and blood pressure under control, and helps your body absorb vital nutrients. So with those fats, when it comes down to male or female, when it comes down to fats, you want to make sure that your body is getting the right amount of fats, the right amount, the correct type of fats as well, because we have different types of different fats that's coming either from different types of oils, different types of foods that we eat, whether that's being animal meat or anything like that. So making sure that you understand that fat in your diet is very important, definitely important. You got to have it. It's so important that your body wants to store fat. That's how important it is. So most people want to deprive themselves from eating fats, but it's the fats that will give you the energy that the body needs the most to help you thrive. So if you don't eat enough dietary fats, some symptoms that you might have will be some hair loss, a weaker immune system, issues related to vitamin deficiencies, because with those fats will help those vitamins that you consume. It will help those vitamins get into the bloodstream and help your body hold on to those vitamins. So when it comes down to related vitamin deficiencies, to help maintain good health, most of the fats you eat should be monounsaturated fats or polyunsaturated fats. So that's going to be like your avocado oil, or avocados in itself, coconut oils. Those things around that area is going to be your best sorts of fats, but also some saturated fats that's coming from meats will be good as well. Any questions so far?
Some people are like, "Oh yeah, you gotta have it," and some people are like, "Absolutely not." So, what's your take on that?
So my take on that, I say have it. I use butters. I will drink milk. I love ice cream. Like I got Andes waiting in the freezer for me now as soon as we get off here. So those things, when it comes down to your fats, if it makes you feel good, if you feel good, and when it comes down to it, you want to listen to your stomach, you want to listen to your body, listen to your gut health. What does your poop look like? So we need to be paying attention to all these things. And when it comes down to your butters, I still cook with butter, especially when I'm cooking a steak or something. I'm using my butters. I'm using yogurt. You can use keeping fat. Like some people like to go like 2% or 0% fat and stuff like yogurts or milks or stuff like that. Keeping the fats in has a lot of nutrients. So with you already having access to organic uh, fats that's coming from animals sources, then you're honestly in good standing. But what about the other people that's not paying attention to where their fats are coming from? That's where we have to. So when it comes down to something like that, definitely going organic would be your best bet when it comes down to having those fats. But me personally, I have it. I don't try to take it out of my diet on purpose. Does that answer your question, Ariel?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Do you feel good with having those fats?
Yeah, I mean, I cook with olive oil and butter. Um, but I'm a big butter fan. It's just what we grew up, me and my husband both using for like our parents used to cook, and And then I love dairy. I do a lot of yogurt. But I pick and choose like what I like the yogurt I eat is fat free. Um, and I'll drink some skim milk. Just depends. So I try to pick and choose, but I try to make sure it's good quality stuff. So.
Good. Perfect. So, I mean, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as your body answer does good with it, then you're perfectly fine. Somebody are lactose intolerant. Most of the time that comes from not having those enzymes that come in those full fat type animal products, dairy products. So most times people say, hey, I'm lactose intolerant. That might be because you're doing like pasteurized milk or some type of pasteurized dairy, where you might can go unpasteurized maybe and full fat to be able to keep all those enzymes to help break down the lactose that you're eating. And a lot of people have seen the big difference in that, and they can do a little bit better with dairy products. Carbohydrates. They help fuel your brain, kidneys, heart muscles, your central nervous system, and muscles. Carbs can be beneficial for the right person, but not for everybody. So carbs are not mandatory to live, but can be beneficial for the season that you are in. So, excuse me. Carbs, when it comes down to carbs, we all think of breads, your pastas. When it comes down to your breads, your pastas, those are pretty much your processed, ultra processed carbs. And that's where you want to stay away from. But in order for you to live, you don't have to have carbs, but you have to have those fats. So, and what I mean by beneficial for the season that you are in, let's say you're trying to lose fat. When it comes down to losing fat, you don't necessarily have to have those carbs, especially when it comes down when you're talking about like your rices, your breads, your potatoes, those things. But when it comes down to, you can have the carbs that's coming from fruits and your vegetables because you're going to get those micronutrients, those vitamins and minerals that's going to come from that. So, and not all carbs are created the same. So pay attention to what carbs you're eating, paying attention to what carbs, how those carbs make you feel as well, because you might not react, your body might not react to carbs that's coming from a fruit versus carbs that's coming from a bread where you're going to be bloated, or rice or some type of pasta where you're going to be bloated and stuff like that. If you're feeling bloated, your body doesn't like it. There's something that you just ate. It could be a combination of sorts of whatever you just ate that's making you bloat. So if you feel bad, then your body is not agreeing with what you just ate. When it comes down to gaining muscle, no, in order for you to gain muscle, you do not have to have those carbs, but it makes gaining muscle a lot easier because in order to gain muscle, you have to be eating a lot more than you're burning or be at maintenance. And when I say maintenance, those are maintenance calories. That means whatever you put in your mouth and whatever you're burning, they will equal out, cancel out each other. When it comes down to performance, carbs can be very beneficial when it comes down to performance. All right, we have Coach Jillian, for instance. She's doing bodybuilding. She just had her bodybuilding competitions. Carbs were her main source for her fuel to help her get through her days as she was steady leaning down. So it wasn't necessarily the fats, but it was the carbs that she, more than likely, I can answer that for, that she really wanted to have to help her get that quick boost of energy as she's coaching us in the sessions. For longevity, that means just to be able to live a long life and be able to thrive throughout the life that we have. With longevity, you don't have to have those carbs, but definitely having the right amount of fats and proteins will help you continue to live a long, thriving life. Calories. What is a calorie? A calorie is a form of energy. It's how we measure how much fuel we are putting into our body. So what a calorie is going to do is it's just provides you with the energy that you need to be able to, for your body to operate. So when it comes down to calories in versus calories out, that will give you pretty much it will give you your reasons for why you're either gaining weight or losing weight. So calories in means the calories that you're eating. Calories out means how much of the calories that you're burning throughout just going through your daily activities or through the workouts that you are putting in. So 1 pound equals 3,500 calories. Now, most of the time we're trying to lose some type of fat. Let's not say weight, because weight can be, you can lose good weight and that good weight will pertain to muscle. And we want to keep that type of weight on. So let's lose fat. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So how do you lose 1 pound? Let's just say we're on a 2,000 calorie diet. So then you will go into a workout and burn 500 calories each day for 7 days. So if you break up 3,500 calories into 7 days, that'll give you 500 calories each day. So you take those 2,000 calories, subtract the 500 calories that your watch told you that you burned. That will put you at 1,500 calories that you have pretty much ate for the day. So that will put you in that calorie deficit. So in order for you to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit, caloric deficit, in order for you to lose fat. Because you cannot keep eating, keep putting in more energy, keep putting in more calories than you're burning and expecting to lose weight. So if you're someone who's been struggling with how to lose weight, it's because you're still overeating. You're not accounting for the calories that you are eating. Maybe you are, but maybe you're not tracking the right way. And I don't suggest tracking because I don't track myself, but that might be beneficial for individuals who are having a hard time doing that. Micronutrients. Micronutrients are very important as well. To some people, they are more important than the macros. So most of the time you might have those parents, grandparents who love taking their vitamins, making sure that they're eating their vegetables. Those are your macronutrients. That's the reason why they're eating like they do, or taking the supplements that they take. Micronutrients are your vitamins and minerals. You will attain these nutrients from a well-balanced nutritional protocol. I really don't want to call it a diet because the foods that I'm going to show you that you can eat or that you should be eating should not be considered a diet at all. So think of fruits and vegetables, vitamin D, sunlight, etc. Those things as your micronutrients. Macronutrients are your carbs, fats, proteins as your fuel. Micronutrients are the small vitamins and minerals that comes from those proteins, fats, and carbs. Pre-workout nutrition. So some of you might not know what to eat before a workout. So here's a little advice. So if you're just getting off work and you're heading straight to the gym, so you got less than an hour before you start working out, you probably want to stick to something that's very light, and that'll be something good like fruits. Definitely a banana is a great fuel source for your pre-workout. I recommend that for anybody, even myself. Number 2, 3 to 4 hours before training. So maybe you're eating lunch at about 12 o'clock or something like that, and you're getting off at about 3, 4 o'clock, and you're heading to the gym. Having like a salad, lean meats, some eggs, rice if you want it, oatmeal. That's just some type of quick source. That rice and that oatmeal is a quick source of carbs for your body to utilize and digest, so it can be beneficial to your workout and get you through your workouts. You definitely want to keep it stick with the leaner meats, leaner cuts of meat. Why? Because fats will slow down the digestion of all the foods that you're eating. So you have to pay attention to that as well. A protein shake, a smoothie, something like that. So like a protein shake and some fruits. That'll be definitely something that be beneficial to you for your pre-workout. Of course, your smoothie is usually going to be some type of probably protein mixed with fruits. So you can stick with that as well. But I do suggest making your own protein shakes and protein smoothies. Of course, cooking all your own foods. Post-workout, lean meats. Lean meats, lean meats. You want to stick with the lean meats, vegetables, and carbs. So when it comes down to your workouts, whether it's before and after, when should I have carbs? I will touch on that after I talk about your post-workout. So post-workout, lean meats, vegetables, and carbs. Stick with the lean meats, of course, because you want that food to digest and your body to utilize and break it down to be able to get those nutrients, get those proteins, get those vitamins and minerals to the bloodstream to be able to let those proteins help transport to get it to the bloodstream and stuff like that into its proper functions. Number two, protein does not have to be consumed within 30 minutes. I know we've been told, hey, you got to drink your protein or eat your protein before 30 minutes right after that training session. That is not true. Your window for your protein window can be up to 4 hours. So don't worry about not having that protein shake right after. Number three, protein is essential to have and will play a huge role in your goals. So prioritize that protein. That's going to be your biggest fan. That's going to be the biggest thing for you is that protein, I promise. Because the protein has so many functions. All right, so some meals. Let's talk about some meals that we can make for ourselves. And honestly, I want you to make up your own meals. But first off, when it comes down to you cooking at home, that is going to be your biggest thing. Make sure you're cooking your foods at home. So whole foods first, of course, then always go to your supplements, but we do not have to have those supplements. Supplements are just something to help supplement what you're not getting through your actual foods. So let's just talk about some of your meals and how you can set some of these meals up. Proteins. You got your red meats, chicken, eggs, turkey, and fish. So when you're setting your plate, you're in a grocery store, you're thinking the first thing you should be throwing in your basket is proteins. So go straight to the meat as soon as you go in the grocery store. And especially if you eat meats, of course, make sure that that's the first place you're heading. And then you set your meals up around what meats that you're having. So when it comes down to your fats, most of your proteins will have fat on it. Don't try to hide from your fats because your fats are important, as I mentioned before. But most of your proteins will have that saturated fat, which it can be good for the body, which is good for the body. But some extra fats that you can have, like Ariel said, she mentioned like olive oils and stuff like that, dairy. So you got your coconut oil, avocados, but also avocado oil, nuts and cheese, yogurts. You got all those things as well. Then that's where you start adding those extra fats. But remember, for fats, 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. Proteins, 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. Carbs, 1 gram of a carb equals 4 calories as well. So fats is 9, protein and carbs equals 4. We're going to include alcohol. I didn't put alcohol on that, but alcohol will have a value of 7 calories as well. So for the ones that's drinking alcohol, just imagine we keep drinking the alcohol, that adds up. That's why it adds up so easy. Fats and alcohol add up very easy. So you definitely have to watch how much fat, if you're overdoing it on fat or if you're drinking alcohol. Carbs, when it comes down to your carbs, I put fruits and vegetables first because you do not have to have rice, potatoes, bread, etc. So focus on, when it comes down to your carbs, focus on your fruits and your vegetables. That's it. That's it. When you want to have fun, you want to splurge a little bit because you have done so good throughout the week. If you're having 2 meals a day, 7 days a week, that's 14 meals. Let's just say on one of those meals, you just want to have a little bit more fun. Then throw in some rice, throw in a pasta, throw in a potato or something like that. But you do not have to have it. But you definitely need proteins, fats, and if your carbs are going to come from fruits and vegetables to get those micronutrients. All right, so my routine and focus, these are the things that I have. It's pretty much non-negotiables. Non-negotiables, but also what I try to focus on, because no, I'm not perfect, nor will I say that I'm perfect, because I still want to enjoy the foods that I like I mentioned before. I got ice cream waiting on me now. I had cookies last night. So how can we still enjoy these things? You first have to, of course, prioritize your protein, get your body weight or goal body weight in protein. Number two, fruits. When it comes down to fruits, have as much as you want. Don't worry about OJ. It's a lot of sugar in those. That sugar, which we're going to call a carb, that carb is not the same type of carb as a piece of bread, a piece of rice, or anything like that. So have those fruits, because you're going to get more from the fruits than you would rice or potato. So you're going to get those micronutrients. That's why I say have as much as you want, because I guarantee you won't be able to overeat on fruits because it's so dense with the water, the nutrients, and those things. Number three, water. I put electrolytes in parentheses because those electrolytes are going to be very important as well to help keep those minerals, those micronutrients in the body, and not just flush it out with just plain water. So when it comes down to water, you want about 80 ounces to a gallon a day. The bigger you are, the more you sweat, the more water you will need. For someone like me, usually I'm having anywhere between 100 ounces to 128 ounces gallon a day. Vegetables, have as much as you want. Don't worry about how many vegetables you're having, whether this is a cup, this is 2 cups. Eat as much as you want. You will not be able to overeat on those vegetables. Number 5, vegetables, because it has a lot of fiber as well as the fruits. That fiber is going to keep you full, get you satiated, and help you thrive and give you the energy that you need. Number 5, stick with less than 5 ingredients. So let's say you go in a grocery store, you stand around the grocery store, you're not going within the aisle starting off. So the first thing we're going to our meats, we're going to get our protein. We got some hamburger, we got some steaks, we got some fish, got some turkey, got some eggs. Then we're going to head over to start at the front. We're going over there towards the vegetables and the fruits. We're going to pick up whatever vegetables, whatever fruits we want, throw those in the basket. That is your meal. We make it harder than what it needs to be. Have you a protein, have you some fruits, have you some vegetables for every single meal. And I guarantee you, and of course your water, I guarantee you results. There's no way that you can not have or not reach your goals without prioritizing protein, fruits, water, and vegetables. So when it comes down to stick with those less than 5 ingredients, when you're putting a meal together, try to keep it in less than 5 ingredients. Why? Because you know you won't be able to ruin that dinner, ruin that meal that you're making with all these tons of bad foods. So some of you, my wife is on here. She loves her pasta. She loves spaghetti. She cooks a mean spaghetti. But what do I do? What have I gotten her to do? Because she's big on pasta. She loves her carbs. Cook your meat, get your meat sauce, keep your noodles on the side. If you before I even told her about what I do is, she cooked her the meat sauce, had the noodles on the side. She would go take her noodles. She would take her meat sauce. She put it all together and eat it. What I do, all I'm eating is the meat sauce. I guarantee you, there's really there's no benefit to having those noodles other than mental. But we're not doing this for our mental. We're doing this to help us feel good and be better and reach the results, get the results that we want, reach the goals that we have. So leave the noodles away. Next time you fix spaghetti, leave the noodles away, take it off, and just eat your meat sauce and have as much meat sauce as you want and see how you feel the next day. See how you feel after that meal before you go to bed. Think about, oh man, I just ate a ton of spaghetti. I'm full. I'm feeling good. I'm not bloated. Because soon as I was getting bloated through eating those noodles, that's what I found out a couple years ago. So try those out. When you're making those meals, stick with just 5 ingredients. So if I'm cooking a meal, like now, I got steaks in there. We got salads in there, asparagus, broccoli. Throw some olive oil on it. Throw it in the oven. Throw it in your air fryer. Whatever it is. If you want to throw a little, if you got asparagus, throw you some oil, salt, pepper, garlic, whatever you want on there. Have that as soon as it comes out. Maybe I wanted to sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on there. That's totally fine. Have it. Number 6, have carbs around your workouts. Don't have them any other time throughout the day unless it's fruit. Why do I say that? It's because those carbs are going to help you fuel your workouts and help your body repair after those workouts. So we have it before to have the energy to get through our workouts, through our fruits mainly. And then we have it after the workout to be able to help us repair. Do you have to have it after that workout? No, you don't. Do you have to have it before your workout? No, you don't. But if you're going to have carbs, those are the times that you should eat those carbs so your body can utilize them in a good way and not just store them as fat. That is the whole goal, not to store what food they were eating, what energy, fuel that we put in our body. We don't want to store it as fat. So me, breakfast, if I'm not working out in the morning, all I'm doing is going to work, just some meat, just some eggs. If I want some fruit, have it. If I want some vegetables, throw it on there, have it. Dinner, don't need it because I'm not working out. More than likely, I came a few hours from working out, so I don't have to have it, those carbs at that time anyway. We're all good? Any questions?
Okay, so I have a question about adding electrolytes for it. I prefer water with nothing in it.
Okay.
So sometimes I'm challenged with the electrolytes because I don't like adding the noon tablets and anything to my water. So what is a good way for me to be able to get electrolytes without, I just like regular plain water. I don't like lemon in my water. So how can I get electrolytes in?
You want to know how easy this is?
How?
What carbohydrates did I tell you that was good for you to eat at any time, and you can have as much of it as you want?
Fruit.
There you go.
Okay.
Bam. That easy.
Okay.
Yep. The only thing that you will be missing from that will be salt, that sodium part of it, but you can get that salt from you salting your foods when you cook.
Yep. Now, and I would do sometimes for running, I would do a salt tablet to keep me from cramping, but I don't like mixing anything in my water. So, okay. Thank you.
Yep, of course. All right, y'all, shoot your questions. I got the answers for you, hopefully.
Are there any substitutes for pre-workout, like, besides like a banana, like any other fruits and stuff, whatever that you can, eat?
So something that you don't have to eat, is that what you're looking for?
No, something you can't eat as, a substitute, for a banana. Because you mentioned bananas as a good pre-workout. Something to eat like 30 minutes, I guess, before workout, if you need to put something in.
Yeah, so if you can't get to the banana, apples, berries, any type of fruit. I just mentioned the banana because that's just something simple, it digests pretty fast, gives you that quick energy. But you can have you a cup of fruit. Like you can literally go to Chick-fil-A and go get the fruit cup and have that. That's your pre-workout.
Oh, okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to. You don't want to have nothing too heavy. And the lightest thing that your body can use, be able to utilize, will be your fruit, instead of you putting a whole meal on your stomach. All right.
Hey,
Who's
Jay.
next? Hey,
Noel here. How are you?
hey, good, and you?
Hey, good. Question for you about the fruits. I've always been told to eat your fruits and don't drink them. So orange juice and stuff like that, though, might be good. Don't drink a whole bunch of orange juice, but rather eat a couple oranges. Is that what your take on that is, or what's your input?
Yes, sir. So when it comes down to now, let's say you're having your own freshly squeezed orange juice. You're doing it. You know what's been put in it. Go with the orange juice. But if you're buying orange juice, I say no, because it's added sugars into it 9 times out of 10. Even if it says no added sugar, still look on that label. If it has anything other than orange oranges, then it's something that's added into it. So definitely look on those food labels, those juice labels, because it could say 100% fruit juice, and it has other things in it. So when it comes down to that, you can drink your fruit juice, but if you're making it yourself, I definitely say yes, go for it all day long. Because I juice myself. Like, I just juiced watermelons last week.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Anybody else? Shoot your questions.
I know you said that you don't recommend tracking, but I think that I need to do that for a little while because I think I struggle with reaching the caloric deficit. Um, so I think I eat the right things. I think I may just put in too many calories if I'm trying to lose some fat. So is there a certain app that you recommend that works well? I've used my Fitness Pal in the past, but I didn't know if there was maybe a better one that you think is easier.
My Fitness Pal, honestly, that's probably easiest. It's free. Use that, because honestly, they're no different. Well, as you can track pretty accurately on them, then that's really what you're using it for. But for the ones that don't want to track calories, if you eat your meats first, when it comes down to you fixing your plate, eat your meat first, then go to your vegetables. If you're having the fruit, depending on it at a certain meal, have it. But fruit, meats and fruits, you cannot go wrong. I guarantee you won't be able to overeat. So when it comes down to those things, pay attention. So get your body weight in protein, you're gonna be full. I guarantee. Who was on here? Casey, I've helped you out before. When it comes down to you trying to eat your proteins, when it comes down to you eating your proteins and you trying to get your body weight in protein, how hard is it to you to reach it because you're so full?
It's hard if I don't eat my meats first. Now I eat my meats first always, and it's a lot easier. But if I take a bite of everything on my plate and eat like my meal like that, it's really difficult.
Yeah, because that protein and that fat is going to be satiating, so it's going to keep you full. And whereas if you're going for those carbs, you're going for the pastas, you're going for the chips, whatever it is, you can literally eat a whole bag of chips. But if I put a 8-ounce steak, 10-ounce steak on your plate, you might just have trouble getting that down. But if I throw a whole bag of Doritos on your lap, you would eat the whole thing. If I put a whole bowl, yeah, we talking about spaghetti. Crystal said garlic bread. Now, how many pieces of garlic bread can you eat versus how many steaks can you eat? That's the difference. And literally, the system is set up for us to be able to overeat on these things. They put ingredients, they put chemicals in our foods for us to overeat. They spend millions of dollars for us to overeat and keep consuming all these bad foods. So how do we keep the money in our pocket? How do we focus on ourselves and give ourselves the best out of it? We stick to the whole foods. If we stick to the whole foods, if we are on medication, your medication first started coming from the foods, the nutrition. So that's going to help you out with your health first, not from a medication. A medication is the Band-Aid. The nutrition is going to help get you to the source, help fix the actual problem versus trying to cover it up with a Band-Aid. Anything else, y'all? So when it comes down to your calories, if you don't like counting calories, I do suggest you count calories, count your protein to make sure you're getting that body weight or your goal body weight. If you're a little bit, if you're overweight, then it goes towards your goal weight. If you don't know what your goal weight should be, then come talk to me at ISI, pull me to the side, or I will drop my number in the chat right now so that everyone can have it, and you can shoot me a text for whatever questions and stuff that you have.
Jay, did I understand you to say on our plates as we're eating to eat all of the protein first, and that's to help us get full and be more satisfied, and then go to the other two, but most importantly, get that protein and then that fruit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Okay, thank you.
And the benefits that you're going to get with it, I'll let you try that and tell me, you come back and tell me the benefits that you receive from that, how you feel from your stomach, maybe you're not being as bloated, your energy, whatever it is, you tell me how you feel, and from there, if it's still something not right, then we'll go from there, we'll adjust from there. But I guarantee you, if it's a fat loss problem that you're having, then that will fix it.
Okay.
Without you having to count calories. The only thing I do want everybody to count is protein.
Protein. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
I'm excited to try that because I actually have always heard like to try to eat your vegetables first because your vegetables with the fiber help fill you up. So that's like literally what I've been doing for months is I eat a lot of vegetables and I'll make myself eat the vegetables before I even touch the protein. So it's gonna have to be doing some rewiring of my brain, but I mean that makes sense. But just different than what I've been told.
Yeah, and just not saying that what you were told was wrong, because I totally agree with that part of it as well. But most people, they aren't having I wouldn't even say a vegetable problem. They're having a problem of not getting in the right nutrients, because honestly, the nutrients that you can get from red meat or eggs is the same type of nutrients that you can get from vegetables. Those animals that we're eating are eating those vegetables. So you're still getting a lot of those, but that protein is going to help you burn fat. The vegetables won't necessarily help you burn fat. It will keep you full, get you the fiber that you need, get you the micronutrients that you need, like you're talking about, Ariel. But that protein is going to help you literally heat your body up, because it takes so much more energy for your body to digest and utilize protein. So having that protein first, making sure you prioritize that. If you're eating a salad, put some meat, throw some chicken, some shrimp, fish, steak, whatever you want in your salad. Like I will even get to the point where sometimes I throw ground beef in my salad. Have it. Any more questions?
And do you recommend that for, like I know, like you said, breakfast, eggs, you're going to get that same thing because it's your protein. But for lunch, for each meal, if we're doing 3 meals a day, which is sometimes hard for me, but doing that at each meal?
Yes.
Okay.
Like having your fruits, vegetables, and protein.
Yeah, well, your protein, focusing on the protein, and then
Protein always.
okay.
Protein always. I don't because if you think about it, if you're at work, all you have you got time just to put something in your mouth. You want that having that meat or whatever it is. Plus, your body is going to use that and keep that metabolism going.
Okay.
And for you, if you're running a lot, depending on, I'm not sure if you're in a competition for anything. So if you're in a competition, maybe you want some more carbs for you, Tanya. But if you're just out getting your normal few miles, and
Right.
you don't really have to try to up that carb intake.
Okay. All right.
Because you want your body to know how to use carbs as fuel, and you definitely want your body to know how to use fats as fuel. That goes for everybody across the board. And if we are able to let our body use the fats that we eat and the fats that's on our body, we will be able to start burning that fat off a lot easier. It's just that our bodies are so used to just using those carbs as fuel versus the fat that's on our body. So being that calorie deficit, not having so many carbs within the diet will help you out and will help everybody out. So your body will start burning the fat that's on the body instead of the food that we're putting in our body.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I said when it comes down to prefer to be like 3 to 5 minutes your metabolism. When it comes down to I guess well basically fasting affects your metabolism. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So you cut out on me on part of it. Are you saying does fasting affect your metabolism?
Yeah, or is it preferred to eat 3 to 5 meals?
So 3 to 5
day to help boost your metabolism.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many meals you have throughout the day. When it comes down to your metabolism, what's going to help boost that metabolism and keep it high so that our body is burning fat? Because that's the whole point of keeping our metabolism high is to burn fat. So we're not storing the fat that's on our body, or the food or the fat that we're eating. How do we do that? Fasting is a good source. Fasting has been around for thousands of years. I fast to this day. Today I fasted till 11:30. So we shouldn't be eating all day. That's the first thing. Me personally, I go from having 1, maybe 2 meals a day. So every now and then I will have 3 meals. Where it comes down to having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meals a day, that's bodybuilding. Where that's for a different sport. So, but when it comes down to individuals like us, we work every day. We're just trying to be healthy, trying to stay active. We want to have that longevity that I talked about earlier. How do you have that longevity? By not eating all the time. The more you eat, the more you stress in the body. So fasting is going to help. And you can fast during the morning, whenever you're least hungry. That's when I would suggest fast during that time. Me, I just so happen I can go all day. I can work out twice a day, go to work, coach all y'all, and then come back home at 1 o'clock and eat my first meal. Because my body has adapted to using the fat that's on my body to use that as the fuel to get me throughout my day. And that's how you want your body to use what we eat as fuel. So when it comes down to your metabolism, working out bumps that metabolism up. Protein, your sleep and recovery, those things are going to help. Water first thing, as soon as you wake up, drink about 16 ounces of water at least, if not up to 20, 30 ounces. That's going to help regulate that metabolism as well. So use it. fast. You don't have to fast every day, fast every other day. It can be a 16-8, it can be a whole 20-hour fast, it can be a 24-hour fast, whatever it is. Just because you fast, that don't mean the first thing you put in your body is something bad. You still want that first thing to be that protein. Does that answer your question, Andre?
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so definitely count that protein. Everybody count your protein. If you don't like tracking calories, I personally hate tracking calories. But if you're having trouble and you feel good with tracking calories like Ariel does, then go with it. If it helps you, go with it. It's all personal on whether you like to do that or not. I don't like it. I know one day I will have to do it if I really want to get extra shredded and lose a little bit more body fat, but I'm in a good place right now, and I know that all I have to do, honestly, and what I've been doing, I've been focusing on meat. I'm not worrying about no sides. I'm not even worried about fruit or vegetables at most parts. I'm making sure I get me a good source of protein, and I'm going with it. I'm not even worried about protein shakes because I'm getting my protein from my meals. And then if I want to have that vegetable or something, I'm gonna have that vegetable. I'm gonna have that fruit. I will literally just have a steak sitting in front of me. I would just have burgers sitting in front of me with just cheese, whatever toppings I want, onions, garlic, whatever I want on it. I'm not necessarily looking for any size because as soon as we look for extra size, that's where we get in trouble most of the time, especially if you can't control what you're eating. But you can't go with just having meat, fruit, and vegetables.
Jay, I have one question before we hop off.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about adding like flavor packets to your water if you're not a person who enjoys drinking tons of water and you want to add flavor?
Have you tried any electrolyte supplements?
I have a few, like I have Primal, I think is what it was called, and I've tried Liquid IV, but I'm not crazy about that.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll post what I use, the electrolytes that I use. If those 0-calorie like Crystal Light packets help you to get down some water, then by all means use it. Just don't use it for every water that you drink throughout the day. Maybe throw that in a little 16-ounce, 20-ounce bottle of water, or if you got your little tumbler like this, let one of those be filled up with some of your 0-calorie flavored drink. Thank you, Kenzie. Y'all look in the group chat. Kenzie just threw it in there for me. You're on point. Look at you. All right, so this is what we use. We use the lemon lime electrolyte packet. Of course, it has your 500 milligrams of sodium. Like that's what we were talking about with that sodium aspect. Tanya is a great way for you to be able to flavor that water, but get more out of it.
Gotcha.
For you to enjoy your waters, Casey. But that's literally tells you everything that's in it. And most of the time, most people won't tell you, like, if you read at the bottom, there's like not anything bad. Most of these things are good for you. All of them are good for you. And your body is able to use those things. You don't want to put something in your body that your body can't use. What's the point of it? But yes, if you're really having a hard time drinking waters, of course, try your electrolytes first. But if you need to have like those 0-calorie Crystal Light packets, then by all means have it with one or maybe two of your waters throughout the day. But your body do know what plain water is and what isn't. All right, so we're gonna get up off of here. Thank y'all for joining me on the nutrition seminar. If y'all got any more questions or anything, y'all got my number. I'll put that in the chat. So reach out to me anytime you need me. Come talk to me after the gym or after a workout or something like that. I'm here for y'all. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. See y'all. Y'all have a good night.